I am up early this morning to give you a message that I hope that you will take to heart. The message is wake up and live. I know that there may be some of you who might be saying to yourself, is this all there is concerning life? Or wondering if what you are doing is making any difference. Well, I want to tell you, wake up and live, because what you are doing does make a difference and what you are doing matters. I was thinking about a story that I heard many years ago. And this story was about a young man on a beach. And he was walking along and he happened to notice that there were thousands of starfish that had washed up on the beach. And as he walked along, he encountered an old man. And what the old man was doing was he was walking along too, except that he was picking up a starfish one by one and tossing it back into the ocean. And the young man was looking at the old man for a minute, and he finally walked up to the old man and he said, "Why are you doing that? What you are doing is a waste of time," because he saw all these thousands of starfish that had washed up on the beach. And the old man didn't comment, but he just simply stopped and picked up another starfish and he tossed it back into the ocean. Then he turned to the young man and he said, "It made a difference to that one." And see, that is one of the things that I want you to think about in terms of wake up and live, because what you are doing may not have a worldwide impact, but it's making a difference in somebody's life. And see, I think one of the things that the enemy likes to do is he likes to make us think that what we do does not make a difference, and every choice that we make, it doesn't matter in the end. But it is a lie. In fact, I think about the scripture from John 10:10, in which Jesus said, "The thief comes not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But I come that they may have life and have it more abundantly." So in this message, wake up and live, what I'm asking you to do is to embrace each day of your life as the unique gift of God that it is. And don't refuse to sleepwalk through your life, but to wake up and live and embrace it with all of its challenges, with all of its heartache, with all of its frustration, all of these things, because even within the heartaches and the frustration and the challenges that you face, there is still love, there's still joy, there is peace, and there are all these things that are to be gained when you embrace life and wake up and live. There are 3 mindset shifts that I'm also going to challenge you to make each day of your life that you live, that God has given you. And the first one is to act as if it's impossible for you to fail. Because I believe that so many times we're so fixated on what if I do this and what if it fails, that it robs us of our courage and we don't even try. Well, I want you to say to yourself, act as if it's impossible to fail, and say to yourself, if God be for me, who can be against me? Because I want you to start thinking about having a no regrets life from here on in, that you say to yourself, if God has put this in my heart to do, then I am going to go ahead and do it and act as if it's impossible to fail and give it my very best shot. Because even if you fall short, even if it doesn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, at least you'll have the satisfaction, hey, I did my best and I learned something from the experience, and I don't have the regret of what if I had gone for it. So that's the first thing to think about, is act as if it's impossible to fail, because you have God on your side, and just go for it. Just go ahead and do it. The second question that I want you to ask yourself, a mindset shift, is What am I creating today? Because I believe that each day can be a creative act, that you recognize the uniqueness of each day, that you don't take it for granted, that you don't sleepwalk through your life day by day, but you wake up and you embrace each day and think to yourself, what can I create today? Maybe you can create a new relationship. Maybe you can create a new way of doing things. Maybe you can create a different outfit combination. Maybe you could create a painting or a poem or something. But think each day, what can I create today? Reinvent each day, make it something new. And then the final mindset shift that I challenge you to make is ask yourself, and let me see, I wrote myself a note here because I wanted to remember all the things that I wanted to tell you this morning. Okay, that's it. Okay, I was thinking to myself, what is that final question? But that final question is, ask yourself, what can I do today that will make my life easier or better tomorrow? And that actually kind of goes along with that second question, what can I create today? And I did that yesterday evening. I asked myself, what can I do today to make my life easier or better tomorrow? And one of the things that I did was I planned today as to the things that I wanted to accomplish. Yesterday, I planned it. The other thing I did today, or yesterday rather, was I made sure that I cleaned up the kitchen before I went to bed, because I knew that that would make my life easier today if I did it yesterday. The other thing that I thought about, what can I do today, is I set out some things related to what I plan to do today. So for example, I plan to do some recording of some audio, an audio book that I'm working on. And I thought to myself, what can I do to make that easier? Well, I went ahead and brought out my text that I plan to record from. So start thinking in terms of that. What can you do today that will make your life easier or better tomorrow? It may be you decide, hey, I'm going to be sure that I drink my water today, the amount that I know is best for my body. That will make my life easier tomorrow. Or you may say, hey, I'm going to do a couple of extra push-ups, or I'm going to do some squats, something that will make my life better tomorrow by what I do today. So hopefully that makes sense. It is early, like I mentioned, but I wanted to challenge you with the thought of wake up and live. Refuse to sleepwalk through your day and just think of it as an ordinary day. It is not an ordinary day. If you choose to wake up and live, be creative, be proactive, be productive, embrace life, and have the abundant life that Jesus died to give you. Okay, well, I hope you have a good rest of the day. Take the wake up and live challenge day by day, and I promise you that your life will drastically improve. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.